There, welcome back to Project Sathi, a space where we talk about your health openly. Be it your physical health, mental health, or your emotional health, we talk about it all. Now, today we're talking about a very deep connection about your sexual health and your mental well being. We grow up in an environment where our sexual health is often being ignored, or it's just talked about in hushed tones, and this silence further leads into confusion, anxiety, and even shame. Today, we are here to break this cycle and talk about all of this. So, let's get started. We'll be discussing how our sexual health is not just related to our physical health, but also our confidence, our relationships, and our mental well being. Have you ever felt uncomfortable or guilty when asking questions about your body? Or maybe have you ever felt unsure about certain things or desires you've had but had no one to talk to? These experiences are very normal, and we experience them because of how society has over time conditioned us. Mental health is directly tied up with your sexual health. When we feel embarrassed or scared to talk about our bodies, it can lead to a lot of things, such as anxiety, lower self-esteem, relationship struggles, as well as stress and guilt. Now, imagine a world where we can talk about all of this and we can be educated about sexual health, where understanding our bodies was just another form of self-care and not a taboo. Well, Project Sathi is trying to create that exact world. One of the biggest challenges that we face when talking about sexual health is misinformation. A lot of people grow up in an environment where they have myths that are associated with fear or shame. Let's bust a few of these myths now. First being talking about sexual health encourages bad behavior. No, that's not at all true. In fact, studies show that talking about sexual health can lead to better decision making regarding this area. Apart from that, there's also a big myth that sexual desires is something to be guilty about. Understanding one's own feelings is a part of mental health. It's nothing to be guilty about. And number third being your menstrual health and your reproductive health and consent aren't important topics to discuss. False again. These things are very important to be discussed openly and very important to take action upon. When we normalize conversations like this, we allow people who seek help to get help, such as consulting a doctor or maybe talking about boundaries in a relationship or even getting to know their own feelings better. So, how do we shift from shame to self-empowerment? Well, number one would be educate yourself. Follow pages that talk about sexual health and read up on articles and ask questions. Most importantly, what we lack is asking questions, the will to know more, the curiosity to know more about ourselves. Let's start there. Number two, challenge the stigma. If you hear something wrong or judgmental about sexual health, stand up against it with some facts. Start slow, maybe with your friends, your siblings, or even your community, and that is how we can start building a world that knows information and is not misinformed. Number three, self-acceptance and communication. It is very important to understand your own body and being able to set your own boundaries so that you can set the same expectations in relationships. Also, mental peace comes from clarity and not fear. Seek professional help when you feel like you need it. Consulting a health counselor or going to a gynecologist, a sex educator, or a therapist or a psychologist, all of this is perfectly normal. When you seek help and you go out for help, that's a sign of strength and not weakness. We at Project Sathi believe in making all these conversations very normal. If you've ever felt like you're struggling with self-confidence or body image issues or struggling with your own body and getting to know about yourself more, you're not alone. We're here to learn together, grow together, and make meaningful conversations. And that's a wrap for today's episode. Remember that sexual health is not just about your body, it's about your confidence, the way you see yourself, and your mind. Remember, the more we talk, the stronger we become. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend. Break the stigma and let's grow together. Follow Project Sathi on Instagram for more such insights. And if there's a topic that you would like us to discuss, or if you have any questions, please drop us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself. Bye bye.